Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero. Today, the Subnautica community has decided on the 10 best creatures in Subnautica Below Zero. So let's see what you guys said. Before we start, there is a slight spoiler warning since we will be taking a look at some creatures that you will only encounter later on in the game, as well as some leviathans, so you were warned. But before we get to number 10, I'd like to take this time to thank today's sponsor. Egg Finder is a game which is actually a really cool way to spend your time if you're like me and often have no idea what you're supposed to do. So you play as this little cute cat who has to navigate a parkour by evading obstacles. You can collect cherries to unlock more than 20 new skins, as well as some special skins with some really cool special abilities. Okay, why does this remind me of Super Saiyan? This skin, for example, can boost as well as destroy obstacles if you don't want to evade them. There's a great variety of levels which even I didn't expect. There's honestly a ton of different things in the game which you have to evade. Like at first I thought it was just these things all the time, but then suddenly these things came in, and one thing that was throwing little orbs at me, and it's really cool. If you do happen to fail, you can either start off new or watch ads to get an infinite amount of revives. To download it, just go into the Google Play Store or App Store and search for Egg Finder. Then you just click install and there you go, you got it. Now, let's get on with number 10. Also, make sure to subscribe so you can have a say in the next one of these videos. At the 10th place and just barely in front of the nude fish, sadly, we have the Rock Puncher. I honestly didn't expect this, since I was quite disappointed when I saw it in game actually. I always imagined it to be at least a ton bigger or have a special ability, and it just doesn't have that. But like this, it's just another easily avoidable annoyance for me. But well, apparently you guys really like it, maybe because it does look kind of cool, I'll give it that. It lives next to the rocket launch island and doesn't really do a whole lot, except if you get too close. You do not want to be punched by this guy, trust me. At number 9, we have our first Leviathan, the Glow Whale. Now, compared to some of the earlier concept art for the base game, it did shrink in size quite a lot, but it still looks awesome. These guys spawn in large groups and you can even interact with them. I mean, just look at that eye, it's the size of my head. If you're especially daring, you can even ride them without losing any oxygen. That would, of course, make it a little hard to ride them since, you know, oxygen and Subnautica don't go well together. I really like the riding part especially, and think that they definitely deserve to be on this list. Next up we have something I thought was going to be a Leviathan, but sadly ended up just being another regular creature. Still, the squid shark looks really amazing, and I think that and the fact that it has a really cool attack animation are the main reasons so many people voted for them. I mean, that thing is literally the stuff out of my nightmares. You can find it in the deep twisty bridges, so just never go there, okay? Good. Thankfully, we have a nicer creature at the next place, the Arctic Peeper. The Peeper is obviously a really iconic creature for Subnautica in general, and this Arctic variant of it spawns all over the biomes of Below Zero. It provides a good amount of food and water and just looks really cute as well, and I think that's the main reason you guys voted for it. And of course, it's a Peeper, how can you not like them? A well-deserved 7th place, even if I'd probably have put it a little higher myself. Now this one is one of my absolute favorites in Below Zero, and I don't know how it's not even managed to get into the top 5. The Snow Stalker is just so cute, especially the baby version. I mean, you can even play with them. Okay, they might bite a little, but they don't mean to hurt you. And the parents can maybe be a little rough, but just look at those little paws and all that fluffy fur. Yeah, I really like these, as you can tell. But apparently there are 5 creatures you guys like even more, so let's see who beat my little snow stalkers. Oh, and yeah, these spawn in the glacial basin, if you couldn't tell. So, the probably worst Leviathan on the entire planet 45463 managed to pass snow stalkers. Fine. The Chalice, or Chalice, as some people pronounce it, is basically a giant shrimp and doesn't even attack you. I'm serious. It took me about 10 minutes for it to attack me 2 times. But I get how some people like the instant kill animation. The fact that it can grab your sea truck is also quite cool, but I really can't take a giant shrimp seriously. Maybe you guys can tell me what else you like about it in the comments. Well, on to number 4. Here we have my probably second favorite creature in Below Zero, the Ice Worm. If you couldn't tell by the time I spent on making that intro. What did you think of that, by the way? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, the Ice Worm isn't fully implemented yet, but it already has some really cool animations and especially great sounds. The overall looks of it are just absolutely amazing. I have no idea why it's not in the top 3, I would have definitely put it further up. Still, top 4 is a decent result. This Leviathan can pop out from under the ground, making sure you don't feel safe when above water either, and I think that is great and definitely needed in Below Zero. Now, onto the top 3 best creatures as chosen by you guys. At the 3rd place, we have Penguins and Penglings. These are definitely cute and I absolutely agree with 3rd place. I think it's perfect. While they can be a little scary when you see their teeth, the Penglings are just absolutely adorable. Just don't pick them up in survival mode or you'll make their parents angry. Ouch. I really wish we could tame them. Hopefully that's going to be a feature in the future. They spawn in the shallow twisty bridges and on ice floes, and the Penglings don't know how to walk yet, and that's just way too cute. Now, the top 2 is taken by the Vent Garden. Being one of the few passive Leviathans and the biggest Leviathan in Subnautica Below Zero already makes it special, but there's more. You can even enter them and collect resources there. And even just entering them is an experience on its own. It looks beautiful. I don't know why they have resources inside of them, but it's definitely useful and they look absolutely amazing. Sadly, you can't build bases inside of them. Maybe that's going to be a feature in the future as well, but again, that would kind of count as animal abuse, wouldn't it? Oh, and sorry, but I just can't not mention this changelog on the Subnautica website. There are also smaller variants which you can't go inside of, but I mean, that'd be way too tight anyways. And now, the creature 60% of you like the most in Subnautica Below Zero. It is the Shadow Leviathan. Now, I definitely understand it. I mean, just look at it. It looks absolutely horrifying, and even the name sounds dangerous. It was recently added, so there's not a lot it can do yet, but don't get too close, it can already attack. There was also a feature plan where it could grab or swallow one of your vehicles, but I'm not sure if that's still up to date. I definitely enjoy it though. However, since it doesn't actually do a lot yet, I wouldn't have put it at the number 1 spot, but the Subnautica community has spoken. Do you agree with this list, or would you change something? Let me know your list down in the comments below. If you want a word in the next poll too, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, I have new merch over on Teespring, so go check that out. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like. If you really liked it, then subscribe for more of these videos. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!